Okay, it is August 1st and a brand new month and a brand new week and a good opportunity for all of us to refresh and renew and rededicate, if that's the case. The market does not care how we traded on Friday or last week or last month or frankly for our entire career up to tomorrow. So let's enter the month with a good frame of mind, positive outlook, continue to support one another. I want to get to a trading business concept in the area of retirement planning. But before I do that, I've got a few administrative items I want to cover fairly quickly. First of all is that I have a set number of spots in the Jelly program that I try not to go over. And I do that in a way where I'm just not piling people in, and I want to keep the effort high quality for everybody. And so that I don't go over that number, I've got 6 spots left if anyone's interested. So please let me know fairly quickly if you're interested and if you haven't already. Also, for those that have signed up, a reminder, you should have received several emails from me, including a questionnaire from me as well as from Robin. So if you could please get those back to us as quickly as possible, we would appreciate that. And a reminder for the participants as well as everybody on the blog, I am planning on being off the grid and not available throughout Labor Day weekend. It may be the only weekend during the year where I don't post a weekend trader. It is going to be our 25th wedding anniversary, the day we start the Jelly effort on September 7th. So my wife and I plan on being away and out of touch. So for the program, we need to get all the paperwork handled ahead of time, and we'll hit the ground running on Tuesday. So just a quick note on that. In terms of the New England clam bake, Cape Cod clam bake, I am still seriously considering it, and the date that seems to be popping up the most at this end especially is Saturday, September 25th. I know that's a little early for people that want to time this with the fall foliage. But I really don't want to push it into October. Weather might get a little iffy. This should still be a good time. So if you've not let me know, or if you haven't let me know and want to participate in that, please drop me a line. I will subsidize either the vast majority or all of that. It depends on how many people we get. So worst case, we might be chipping in $5-10 a head, but it will be essentially all you can eat lobster, steamers, steak, chicken, the whole 9 yards, and it again depends on how many people we get. So that's the idea. If that date helps you firm things up, drop me an email or comment on the blog. Either way, if there's interest, we'll do it. If there's no interest, then I'll go enjoy myself. So no hidden agenda other than getting people together and having a good time. Just a quick note, too, as a follow-up to the announcement I made a few weeks ago on becoming Chief Investment Officer for an investment firm. I still cannot share all the details with you on that yet, but what I can tell you is that it is going to be a more long-term in nature in terms of positions. It is going to still certainly include technical analysis, and in fact, it's the cornerstone of how this fund has been managed for many years. And it will include the equity and ETF side of the business. And as I mentioned a while ago, joining forces with a fine Christian friend and associate that I've known for years, and we both had a vision on what we need to do here. And so we're working through that process. When I can share more information over the coming weeks, I will do that with you. So those are the administrative items for now. I wanted, though, to spend a little bit of time talking about retirement planning for traders. And this is covered in very small snippets in the webinar. But I guess the idea, because I've been thinking about it myself, certainly has come up at this end in terms of making sure that everybody at least is aware of the challenge that we face. A quick review, if you're not familiar with the concept, that right now as the law stands, and if you qualify for being a true trader, you are not subject to Social Security taxes. You're not subject to FICA, either the employer or the employee piece, which from an immediate cash flow perspective may sound fine, but from a retirement planning perspective, may create a bit of an issue because you're not paying into the system, even though the system's not going to probably pay a whole lot in return at the end. It essentially ends up being a situation where you have to self-fund your retirement. So for people that have come from the corporate world or considering trading business versus a corporate type position, they pick up the employer half of FICA. They pick up or they provide you with some sort of a pension often, whether it's a defined contribution plan or whether it's a defined benefit plan. And even though those plans are sort of dropping in terms of quality and payout compared to what they might have looked like in the past, there's still something. And so whereas a corporate individual can really look at three potential income streams, pension, Social Security, and then some self-funding in terms of 401k, in terms of IRA. If you're truly a trader and that's all you have, then you have to be looking at self-funding 100% of your retirement. So that means that you have to live your life in a way and run your business in a way where you are banking quite a bit of money. Whatever amount that you need to live off of when you choose to so retire. Now, the nice thing about trading is as long as we have our faculties about us, then we can probably continue to trade and bring in some very modest income, worst case, during many of those years. So that's something also that we can think about and is to our benefit. But at the same time, in the way that I look at this, I guess from a conservative perspective, is that I look at having to self-fund my retirement. So that means that you've got to be very careful on what you take out in terms of living expenses. As I've said many times, to the extent that you can have other income streams to pay your bills, spousal income, significant other income, investment income, real estate, something that allows you to live, and then that also allows you to bank a majority of your trading profits. I know not everybody's in that position. I've tried to put myself in that position as much as possible over the years. I still strongly encourage other people to do it. If you can't, it's not impossible. It just makes it that much more difficult. So what I'm trying to do is, again, remind everybody that if you're considering this as a career or if you're looking at this versus a corporate option, then you have to be very aware of the retirement side of the equation. And do you think that you'll be able to fund that? Now, there are many creative ways to do that. You can self-direct and self-trade a piece of your IRA, so that if you get good at this business and you prove that you can acquire that you have acquired the skill and that you can grow capital, then you can do that with your own balances. But again, that's assuming you've acquired the skill. That's the way that I look at this business. I am having to self-fund my retirement. I want to be able to rely upon nothing other than that balance, whatever it ends up being when I'm done. And in the meantime, I'm looking for creative ways to manage cash flow with a family of four, including 2 colleges right now. And that's everywhere from having some supplemental income, whether it's my wife working at times, which has been off and on over the years, or whether it's making a little bit of teaching money on the side, or having some other business that allows that to happen. It's something I've always encouraged people to pursue. It's on the first or second Jelly webinar presentation in spades. And again, just a reminder that it's just something that we have to think about. We always have to be thinking ahead. And if you're looking at living for today, that's certainly important. But in this business especially, we've got to be looking at planning for tomorrow. So just a concept I thought I would throw out there and remind people to think about as you're looking through career options and as you're running your trading business. Tax laws are always subject to change. And there's certainly a possibility that they may start assessing Social Security taxes on traders as well. That's been discussed from time to time. So thoughts from this end on a Sunday. A lot of good things going on. One more month to go in the summer. September is going to be extremely busy. But let's have a great month. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we will catch you during the week. Take care.